Hey guys, it's Simmy and this is Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 12th of October 2021. Let's see, pull up the chat. For some reason the chat froze for me. 2021 to talk about everything that went down tonight on NXT 2.0. The show tonight was all right. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really all that great. Like, it was just an okay show. It was average. If I was voting with you guys, either on Twitch, YouTube, or Twitter, I'd say, in the middle, I'd say it was all right. But we did get some new stuff announced for the upcoming Halloween Havoc special, so that's good. We're building forward towards things. We got a new champion and other stuff as well. So we'll see how it all does go. Also, I do got to say, I see something in the chat. New Jeffrey. I'm not just calling you out to call you out. You say, I'm watching Chucky while watching this. Well, please, no Chucky spoilers. I haven't watched it yet because, well, it's on right now. And I don't think other people in the chat that may want to watch it want to be spoiled. So I'm just going to say it right now. Please, no spoilers for episode 1 of Chucky. Because it started immediately following NXT. And yeah, we'll see how that show goes. I'm pretty interested in it. But if you guys are here watching me, that means you're pretty interested in what I have to say about NXT. So I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. No. Yeah. PW Unlimited on Twitter. If you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out right down below by hitting that donate button or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember on Twitch, you can subscribe to the channel to support us one of two different ways. You can subscribe either with a tiered subscription, or if you say, hey, I ain't got no real money, but I pay for Amazon Prime, there you go. Amazon Prime. You link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, bada bing, bada boom, you're Twitch Primin'. With Twitch Prime, you get free games. Like this month, they're giving away Star Wars Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons. And they're giving it away through Origin, EA Origin. That way, you can actually play it in VR. Also, they're giving away Ghost Runner. They're giving away Alien Isolation and so many other games. But that's just one perk of Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming also gives you loot and in-game items for games like Grand Theft Auto Online, the brand new Amazon New World, Far Cry 6, and so much more. But also, always, they give you one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you use that subscription on us right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out in the live chat, just like New Jeffrey did. Or not New Jeffrey, sorry about that. I've got New Jeffrey on my mind because he just popped back up in the chat. Jack Dawson with a super sticker donation. Or you can put a super chat donation in the live chat. All super chats do get read live on the air. And remember, you can hit that join button down below. And just like Jack Dawson, become a channel member. As a channel member, you get a badge next to your name. You get to use the cool emojis. You get to get early access to things like podcast episodes, which we're working on a new one. Non-news videos, exclusive news early, and so much more. And remember, the best way to support us to become a member of the Unlimited Army is to head over to patreon.com/PW Unlimited and support us over there as well. But with that, we've got NXT 2.0 to talk about. Now, I'm going to preface, I missed the first 5 minutes. So I think in that first 5 minutes is when they showed Hit Row getting attacked. I didn't see it, but then they referenced it later. So that is something I missed. I missed the first 5 minutes of the show. And because I'm watching on the Xfinity cable app, I can't rewind it. So I can't go back. I can't go back and see what I missed. So unfortunately, I missed the first 5 minutes, but I think from what I was able to gather, The beginning of the show opened with B-Fab, Top Dollar, and Ashanti the Adonis and all them like getting kidnapped or attacked or something. I don't know. All it sounded like they said something about Ashanti the Adonis went missing and no one's heard from him. And then B-Fab and Top Dollar were gone throughout the show as well. But I did see Joe Gacy. Since Saturday says the whole Hit Row thing was on YouTube earlier. Gotcha. Yeah, I must have missed that then. Joe Gacy was sitting in a chair, cut a promo in the ring, using a lot of buzzwords like, quote, safe space and such. He called fans, quote, snowflakes, and dedicated the match to them before vowing to win. So, cool. We then had Tommaso Ciampa versus Joe Gacy, where if Joe Gacy would pick up the victory, he would get entered into the title match at Halloween Havoc, making it a triple threat. Two had a all right match. I wouldn't say it was anything special. Honestly, it was probably one of the weaker Champa matches I've seen in a while, to be honest. It was just a by the books, by the numbers, just basic match, to be frank. After trading some strikes early, Gacy got a near fall on Champa. He followed this up by missing a moonsault, and Champa looked to end it, but Gacy countered and hit him with a roll up. Champa then soon cut off Gacy, and Champa delivered the fairy tale ending. Champa then covered Gacy to pick up the clean victory. Also, during the match, they showed, I guess his name's just Harland, the former Parker Bordeaux. He's just now Harland. So they showed him during the match. After the match, Ciampa was walking off, and he gets attacked by Harland. Gacy goes to make the save, and I don't even know how to explain this. Harland grabs Gacy by, like, the chin, like this. And Gacy looks right into his eyes and, like, puts his hand on Harland's hand and just does this thing. Sorry for audio listeners, but he does, like, this thing where he, like, rubs his hand down Harland's face. And Harland drops him. And then all of a sudden, Toxic Attractions music just hits after he runs off. Like, Harland drops him, and he runs off like, ooh, no, mom's going to catch me. I'm beating up my little brother. I got to run. Get out of here before I get in trouble. And he just bolts off. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And the Toxic Attractions music hits. The Toxic Attraction comes out. And they talk about wanting to go for the tag titles and wanting to go for the women's title. And I go, bitches, you just lost the tag title shot and haven't had a match since to earn a tag title shot again. So what makes you think you deserve a tag title shot? But they made the challenge. Also, Mandy Rose challenged Raquel Gonzalez. Said, hey, I want to challenge you for the NXT Women's Championship at Halloween Havoc. They then said the Toxic Attraction is going to be with all the gold come Halloween Havoc. And as soon as they stopped talking, I thought Raquel was going to come out or something maybe. But no. All of a sudden, Zion Quinn comes out. And they're just rushing this fucking shit along. Nothing can breathe. Zion Quinn comes out, and they go to commercial. Come back, and he's still in the ring with his music playing, and Malik Blade is there. And this is a nothing bad match. Like, nothing was bad here, but it was short and unexciting. It was mostly all Quinn just getting his shit in. Another, what would you call it? Another showcase match for him. Blade did get to shine a little bit before the finish. Blade delivered a missile dropkick and got a near fall after a roll-up. Quinn again used a flying forearm for the finish. So I guess that's his move. And he, like, kind of did it like a Roman Reigns Superman punches thing, but his is more with the forearm and not like the punch. So we'll see how it goes, but he did defeat Malik Blade. Champa was doing an interview backstage when he was confronted by the grizzled young vets. They looked to bully Champa before Braun Breaker walked in to have Ciampa's back. And I go, the fuck is Timothy? Where's Thatcher? I don't want Braun Breaker. helping Champa. I want Toothless Timmy helping old man Champa. Anyways, Braun Breaker comes up and he says that, at Halloween Havoc, him and Champa will battle it out, but he'll stand by his side before that. And so, yeah, later on in the night, they do announce that we will be getting Champa and Breaker against GYV next week. Next up, we had the in-ring debut of Ivy Nile taking on Valentina Flores. Ivy Nile's been training with WWE since, I want to say, January, February of 2020. And it seems like they've taught her 4 things. She knows like 4 things in almost 2 years. Like, what the fuck? It was not particularly a good match at all. Nile looked impressive with her strength, but that was about it. At one point, she picked up Flores for a stalling suplex, and you could see she was struggling to try and hold it up as long as she could. She's up there, and her face is like... And then she finally falls back for the suplex. But you can see she struggled a little. She then threw Flores up on her shoulders for a torture rack of sorts. She squatted a couple times with her on her shoulders. And then eventually Flores tapped out. I thought that the whole thing of Flores up there, because she's not racking it or anything. She's not trying to do anything to like hurt her. It's literally, she just got her up on her shoulders like this. She's just looking around. And then she squats a couple times. And then she looks around. And freaking Wade's trying to sell it. He's like, man, she looks like she's gonna rip Flores in half. She's bending her around her neck. And I'm like, she's just standing there like this. Her arms aren't even fucking moving. And then finally Flores taps out. Not particularly impressed. So and afterwards, Malcolm Bivens jumps in the ring and cuts a promo flanked by Diamond Mine. Bivens called Nile the Pit Bull, and the Pit Bull is now on the loose. All the women in NXT need to fear her. Bivens also put over the Creed brothers, claiming that they're the most dominant team in this promotion. Bivens then gave the grand intro for the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Roderick Strong. Diamond Mine was then interrupted by none other than Ikemen Jiro. Now, I've said before I don't like the character. I think the character's stupid as fuck. But there's no denying this Ikemen Jiro character got charisma for days. Yet, I don't see him ever on the main roster unless they need another body to chase Reggie. That's it. Unless they need another body to chase Reggie, that's it. He ain't. I don't see a call up if he's still got this same character where he's hands in his jacket and he's doing it for punches. And speaking of that, I'm gonna pull up a tweet from 10. Speaking of 24/7 title stuff, Drew Gulak had a very interesting tweet. I'm gonna pull up here. Pull this up really fast. Drew Gulak tweeted, "This is not jacket fighting. We have different rules. Hashtag WWE NXT. If I took my bootlaces and choked my opponent, I'd be DQ'd." And that's the same thing that I was thinking. I was thinking, he's got his hands in his pockets or whatever in the jacket, and he's using the jacket for the punches. How do we not know he's got something in the jacket to make the punches hurt? Like a weight or a fucking roll of quarters or brass knucks in the jacket. You know what I mean? How do we know there ain't nothing in the damn jacket that's going to give him an advantage on these punches? Ref don't check him before the match that I noticed. He just gets to wear the jacket and go, "Hey, open my jacket. Hey, I'll punch you in the face with the jacket." What the, what? What the, what the, what? No. And I'll say it just like I say about Bianca Belair. It's as dumb as them letting her use her hair as a whip. Anyways, Ikemen Jiro came out, interrupted Diamond Mine, and everyone left the ring. except for Julius Creed. He got in Jiro's face and cut a promo. It actually wasn't too bad. He said that he'll face Jiro. They'll fight. The show went to commercial. And when they came back, the two had a match. Creed was manhandling Jiro as the match was joined in progress when we came back from the break. Jiro made a comeback. And like I said, he used his jacket to throw punches and fire up. He hit the No Place Like Home moonsault and got a near fall off of it. Jiro then followed this up with the Acai moonsault. However, Creed caught him on the springboard. And then Creed nailed Jiro with a sliding lariat and covered him to pick up the victory. Julius Creed defeats Ikeman Jiro. Chase Douglas says, who's Chase Reggie? No. I said, unless they need another body to chase Reggie. Like, chase him around the back with Gulak and Drake Maverick and Truth in them. That's what I meant. There's no one named Chase Reggie. I said, unless they need somebody to chase Reggie. Saturday says Style Strong is over in NXT, and I don't fucking get it. I must be out of touch. I must be the old guy that just doesn't get the cool stuff nowadays. Anyways, Diamond Mine then attacked Jiro after the match. Kushida ran down to make the save, and they beat his ass too. We then got a vignette with Raquel Gonzalez. She got a promo on Mandy Rose. She said, hey, Chiquita, I'll take a challenge at Halloween Havoc, but how about we raise the stakes up a little bit and spin that wheel to make a deal? But then got another thing that I just don't get and like. Lashing out with Lash Legend. I don't seem the entertainment in it. I don't find it. If it's supposed to be funny, I don't get the funny. If it's supposed to be entertaining, I don't get the entertaining. I don't get it at all. But talk about the draft. Just something about Squid Game. She then said the Legends of the Week are Hit Row for being drafted. And then she also said that she wants nothing to do with Tony D'Angelo. Next up, we had a tag team match. It was Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner against Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne. Good to know, Fonzie, that they could throw some out. Hold on. You telling me that the USA Network's going to let Chucky throw some F-bombs? And no spoilers here. Throw some F-bombs. But WWE can't? Man, we need to get that PG-13. I've always been an advocate for if PG or PG-13 is going to be the same show. But if they're going to let PG-13 throw some F-bombs, unless Chucky's rated mature. Hold on. Let me go double check this really fast. Chucky, what's it? How do I find that out? Chucky USA rating. Is it rated teen or is it TV 14 or is it mature? That's what I need to know. Because if it's rated TV 14, oh, it's TVMA. Okay, never mind. WWE ain't never going to be TVMA. That's why they ain't getting their F-bombs. Okay, never mind. Anyways, Kyle O'Reilly, Von Wagner, Ridge Holland, Pete Dunne. I mean, going back to the F-bombs thing really fast. I mean, WWE can say bitch a couple times on a show, so that's all right, because Mandy Rose called herself the baddest bitch or whatever. Anyways, back to this tag match. Focus was mostly on Wagner and Holland in this match. They mentioned how Holland is moving up to SmackDown here soon, a week from Friday, because he was, well, drafted. And this is one thing that I'm kind of iffy about. If guys get drafted to Raw and SmackDown from NXT, I don't think they should be on NXT, even if they say, well, the draft doesn't go into effect until this date. Because putting them on NXT and saying, hey, this person was drafted to SmackDown almost makes it seem like because they're better than everybody else. Like, If you can draft people from NXT, why aren't you drafting the fucking champion? Unless the champion's not allowed. No, that's not true, because Swerve was drafted as champion. So the big question is, like, why put these guys still on NXT for a few extra weeks? Because it just makes everybody else almost seem inferior, especially guys, like, especially when they're losing. Ridge Holland lost. And it's like, okay, so Ridge Holland ain't that good? Like, you should have called up you should have drafted Von Wagner. What are you thinking, Fox? You got Kyle O'Reilly. That's the thing. It's like, they're going to lose. They're going to be not made to look, you're not even keeping him strong before he comes up to the main roster. And I get it, that's the thing in NXT. You lose before you get called up. But it's different when you're just getting, your regular call up throughout the year, or this person was drafted. Fox picked Ridge Holland. You know what I mean? No, Banks. I get what you're saying about the ratings thing, but that's not what I meant at all about, they got to keep it TV PG or TV 14 or MA or whatever. WWE's just always going to be PG because they can appeal to more sponsors that way. If they're a PG product but can still be a little edgy as PG, that's a wider variety of sponsors they can adhere to. If they're TV MA, a lot of people may not want to touch them because they go, oh, you're not a family product, so our family product is not going to advertise on you. Or even if they're TV 14, and I don't know. We'll see. So Wagner at one point cleaned house before the show cut to a commercial break. During this match, when we came back, Holland was working over O'Reilly. The ring was cut in half, and Holland and Dunn kept tagging in and out, beating down Kyle. Wagner was knocked off the apron at one point as well. There was a hope spot for O'Reilly, but he was soon mowed down by Holland. Wagner made the save and got a hot tag, and Wagner was like a house of fire on Holland. Wagner yelled for O'Reilly to finish him. O'Reilly leapt off the ring apron with a flying knee on Dunn. Wagner with a modified butterfly suplex on Holland picked up the victory. Yeah, Von Wagner pinned your Fox draft pick in Ridge Holland. Let's see. Tony D'Angelo apparently threw a producer in the trunk of a car because the producer big leagued him. We're getting some mob shit going on here, Tony D'Angelo, the New Yorker from Chicago. I mean, he sounds like he's from New York, but he says he's from Chicago. I don't know. I got mob family in both cities. Trust me. I've heard the stories, and I've met a couple of them. Next up, we had Duke Hudson versus Grayson Waller. Match was there. I'll just say it was there. Hudson upset Waller with a handful of tights. Okay match. Waller was made to look like a superstar, but didn't really come off as one. He came off as just all right. Hudson got no entrance, yet seems like the bigger star, even though he didn't get an entrance. Hudson was introduced basically kind of like the Gambler back in the day from WCW Worldwide. They made Hudson win, and it was supposed to be like it's a surprise victory. And they got a video for Imperium wanting to take on the NXT Tag Team Champions, MSK. They then officially announced Spin the Wheel, Make a Deal will be taking place with the Women's Championship on the line. Tag team title stuff. We're going to talk about that in a second. Then Indy Hartwell versus Persia Pirotta, something like that. Persia Pirotta. They took on the team of Saray and Amir Miller. That's Saray. Whew! Big old touted signing from Japan. And now she's just a job chick in random matches. Man, I said it when she showed up. I saw nothing. I was never impressed. And now maybe they're not impressed. And this match, nothing to it. Hartwell pinned Miller after a flying elbow. Not much to talk about. So after the match, Pirotta cut a promo. They want to go after the NXT Tag Team Championships. And out become the champs, Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. When the champs come out, before they can really say anything, out comes Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, and Jacy Jane. I always want to call her Jaden Jane for some reason. Jacy Jane. They say, no, we want a shot at the tag titles. And again, I go, bitch, you just lost a tag title match. All of a sudden, they run into the ring. They start, what's the word I'm looking for? Brawl with the tag champs. Hartwell and Perotta just kind of stand there. And yeah, cool. You say her name is Amari Miller. Isn't that what I said? Did I say something wrong? I thought I said it was Indy Hartwell and Persia Poretta against Saray and Amari Miller. I must have said her name wrong or something. I don't know. Yes, thank you for reminding me, MAGA Lord. So I forgot to mention this. So they did this video for Halloween Havoc where they basically said they're going to put their past to rest and they're digging holes like graves or whatever. And everyone starts fucking going crazy. Oh my God, it's Elias. They're putting Elias back in NXT. Oh my God, Elias is going back to NXT. Really? Really? All I'm going to say does that look like Elias? Doesn't look like Elias to me. Let's zoom in a little bit. Won't let me zoom in. Does that look like Elias to you? Not to me. So after the vignette aired on NXT, they posted this on their social media, on their Instagram. That don't look like Elias to me. It looks like a female. I think it's Ember Moon. Just spitballing. When they were doing the whole digging in the video, I'm like, oh, that's a female. I thought it was a female in the video. And everyone's like, oh, it's Elias. It's Elias. Oh, Elias is going back then. That fucking look like Elias to you? Not to me. Anywho. No, I get that, New Jeffrey. But it's just stupid for people to say that. You watched the same video I did, and I didn't think for 1 second that it was Elias. Everyone watched the same video on NXT. I don't understand why they go, oh, that's Elias. That's Elias. No, it's not fucking Elias. People that thought that by watching the video that they aired are morons. I'm going to say it right now. People that watched that 20, 30-second vignette and said, oh, Elias is going back to NXT. Morons. So many people thought it that Elias was fucking trending. Like, what? Anyways, we then got a vignette hyping up a new wrestler coming to NXT. An interesting one. It's Solo Sikoa. I think I said that right. Sikoa? Solo Sikoa. Actually, the Usos' little brother. But he's not going to be an Us. I don't even know if he's going to be in the family in WWE. He said that he's been on his own since the age of 14. He's been fighting to survive. I guess he's some sort of street fighter from the islands. They say he's been on his own since he was 14, and he's been fighting to survive on the island or something along those lines. Solo Sikoa. I love the name, but it's like he's just not going to tell us that he's the Usos' little brother. Looks like they maybe bleached his hair to try and make him look a little different. But you see his face, and you're just going to go, oh, yeah, that's a Uso. Oh, yeah, that's a Fatu. Like, just let him be an Uso. I don't know. God says 15. Okay, he said 15 in the video. Okay, my bad. I thought I heard him say 14. Dawson also says, I saw a wrestling article that Bubba Ray once pitched Bully Ray character to Vince McMahon. Yeah, and they went like all the way in with it to where he was ready to debut as Bully Ray, and then I think it was like he was supposed to debut as Bully Ray night after WrestleMania, and that day they go, never mind, we're not going to do it. Yeah, Bully Ray was supposed to be a WWE character. He was supposed to be Bully Ray WWE. And like the night before WrestleMania, they're like, I think it was WrestleMania. I could be wrong on that. But they were at a pay-per-view. And they were like, yeah, we're going to do it tomorrow. You're going to debut on Raw. And then it gets kiboshed. Mr. Banks says probably be a Oos at some point. Must go alone for a bit. I mean, I hope. Because you're going to look at this guy and you're just going to go, oh, yeah, that's a Oos. That's a Fatu. No ifs, ands, buts about it. He looks just like Jimmy and Jay. He can be like the triplet almost. Almost. He doesn't look as similar, but if someone tried to say that's not their brother, oh, no, that's their brother. Anyways. Next up, we had a weird-ass segment in the back. Grayson Waller, backstage being a player, I guess you can say, and Grimes wanted to talk to him. Waller gave him some advice about dating. Waller then introduced him to online dating and apps. And I go, oh, no. All of this stuff to make Cameron Grimes this big-ass baby face earlier this year with Ted DiBiase and LA Knight and stuff was all for nothing. Like, he was so beloved in NXT, and now he's nothing. Okay, Ballard, please no Chucky spoilers. If you do post anything, you will get timed out and banned. And I did just say that he's their brother. But if you're trying to say that, well, no, duh, they look alike because they're brothers. Me and my brother don't really look alike. Anyways, I don't know what they're doing with Cameron Grimes now. He's just a goof. Like, they had this guy as one of the like most beloved guys in the brand, on the brand. One of the most over baby faces. And now he's just a goob. Hey, Ballard, I know that. I just said that. Anyways, going forward with the NXT North American Championship on the line is Isaiah Swerve Scott defending against Santos Escobar. So, in a receipt from earlier in the show, Scott jumped Escobar before the bell. Escobar was on rubber legs as the bout began. Scott worked over Escobar, and Scott looked in complete control. Escobar eventually countered Scott, and Escobar soon flew through the ropes with a tope before the show cut to a picture-in-picture break. The tide had turned when the show came back. Escobar was working over Scott. A comeback by Scott led into him firing up. There was a roll-up throughout. Escobar countered and cut off Scott. There was a frog splash by Escobar that got a near fall. They fought on the apron, and Escobar was given a Death Valley driver on the apron. Scott then followed this up with the 450 splash, and Escobar got his knees up to block it. This is when Mendoza and Wilde would jump up on the apron to cause a distraction, but Hit Row didn't make the save. Out came Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, and soon as I saw them, I go, oh, I know what's about to happen. I know what's about to happen here, because Carmelo, he had the folder. I said, Carmelo's about to cash in on whoever wins. So Hayes and Williams beat up Mendoza and Wilde. Meanwhile, Escobar hit an exposed turnbuckle, and Scott delivered the JML driver to pick up the victory and retain the championship. So Scott's like, oh, finally, this match is over. He's elated. He gets helped up by Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is looking at him like, congratulations. Trick Williams running around like, yeah, good job, bro. You bad about it. And then all of a sudden, Carmelo grabs and pulls Swerve towards him and clotheslines him. And the ref drops down to one knee and goes, what is this? What's going on? What are you doing? No, don't do that. What are you doing? And he finally just goes, it's time. He signs the contract, hands it over, And the referee goes over to the ring announcer and she says, Carmelo Hayes is cashing in his championship opportunity right now. And I go, yep, saw that coming. Once they came down to the ringside, I go, yep. Hayes quickly springboarded into a flying clothesline. He went for the pin, but Scott kicked out. Hayes then floored Scott with a scissors kick. Hayes then climbed to the top rope, and they did one of my most hated spots in all of wrestling. One guy takes too long to set up his spot, and the other guy just stands there and goes, literally, Swerve is just like this in the middle of the ring. You gonna drop kick me yet? Come on. It's drop kick. It took fucking forever. And finally, Hayes leaps off the top rope with the guillotine leg drop heel to the back of the neck and pins Scott to become the new NXT North American Champion. That's the last thing we see as the show goes off the air. But I hate those spots, especially when they're the high-flying things. When a guy's got to climb to the top rope, but he takes a little too long to climb up there, so the other guy's just got to stand and look dumb. Like, if you can stand up, bent over, all by yourself like that, why can't you move? Why can't you fucking move? No one puts you in that spot either. And it's not like you're slowly standing up and then he catches you right as you get up. No, that's the better way to do it. But no, it's fucking Swerve stood there for a good minute and a half at least. Anyways. Carmelo Hayes, new NXT North American Champion, kind of squandered his opportunity, though. Because if you have an opportunity to go for any title, why ain't you going for the big belt? Why aren't you going for the NXT Championship? Like, yeah, cool, you're the new North American Champion, but you had an open contract for the NXT title. Are you afraid of fucking Champa? That's the one thing I don't get. Like, why is this guy not going for the NXT title? It's like if Big E would have cashed in on fucking the Intercontinental Champion before, not like here's how dumb this would have been if this was on the main roster. If Big E won Money in the Bank and Apollo Crews is still the Intercontinental Champion and he goes, you know what? I'm going to cash in on Apollo again. Or I'm going to cash in on Apollo to get another shot at the IC title. No. If you're the fucking Money in the Bank, you're always going to go for the big belt, whether that's Universal or WWE. So I think that if you're this breakout star guy with the contract for any belt, you should be going for the main belt. Because, well, you look like a fucking just dumbass. I'm going to say loser, lunatic, but you're not quite a loser because you're now a champion. But dumbass for not going for the main belt when the champ's down. Like, you could have had Champa and Braun Breaker have this fucking fantastic brawl where Champa barely makes it through the match and he's all beat up because Braun Breaker whooped his ass, but he still ended up winning in the end. And then boom, here comes Carmelo Hayes, cashing it in, new NXT champion. Now that's the way to really push somebody. You give them the North American title and you just go, whatever. The North American title's kind of just been anyways. Like, who's cared about the North American title in the last year? Honestly, to me, that North American title is almost just on the level of the freaking Cruiserweight belt. Maybe just like Cruiserweight belt's here, North American title's here. Just barely above it. So, but yes, on Saturday, the Breakout contract is basically the NXT version of Money in the Bank. But with that, I do want to say that was NXT, and that is what I thought of the show. Now, I want to know what you guys thought of tonight's NXT. With that, let's check out the polls. There it says Johnny Gargano cared about the title. The title he win 3 times. Okay. How long ago? 2 years ago? Why won't the Twitch? There it goes. Twitch poll. What did you guys think of tonight's NXT? Everybody thought it was just all right. As far as the YouTube poll does go, 70% liked it, 25% thought it was just all right, and 5% did not like it. as far as the Twitter poll. 58% liked it, 33% thought it was just all right, and 8% did not like it. As far as the text messages do go, let's load those up really fast. If they do want to load, there we go. First text message here does state, you think Diamond Mine should challenge for the NXT Tag Team Championships? And also, who do you see coming to NXT 2.0? Well, the last question I really can't answer because it's like, what do you mean, who do I see coming? From where? It's different if you say, who do I see as a call-up from NXT to the main roster? That's different. But what do you mean by who do I see coming to NXT 2.0? That's just an open-ended question that I can't answer. As far as Diamond Mine, I think you build them Creed brothers up a little more, than they can challenge for the tag titles. They may not be ready to be tag team champions yet, but they could be challengers for sure. Versus I thought tonight was a great episode of NXT with a great opener match and an even better main event. Well, I don't know about that great opener. It was just an okay opener in my opinion. I also like the NXT now has 5 women's tag teams. 5? I counted 3. I don't count Saray and Amari Miller as a team. They're just kind of thrown together so Indy and Persia can get a fucking win. I don't count that as an actual team. And I wish Dexter Lumis was wrestling again. Well, I don't know what they're doing with Dexter. Says, do you think this year's Survivor Series we have winner take all title? No. We're never going to do title versus title. Because if the brand split, like how are you going to do a brand split when, your titles are only on one brand? It says, you see Ridge Holland becoming a champion on SmackDown. I would like to see him as Intercontinental Champion. No time soon. It says, do you see the former Parker Bordeaux being a big star in NXT, possibly challenging for the NXT title by the end of the year? By the end of the year, no. Even if they wouldn't have changed him up, no, not by the end of the year. Like, this guy ain't gonna win the NXT title. No, fuck that. And now with this new gimmick, whatever it is, fucking skinhead Charlie Manson, no. This guy is not going to be challenging for the NXT title. And if he does, he ain't going to win it. Like, I think Braun Breaker's going to win this title before he does. Before he even challenges. And finally, this person says, cashing in the contract for the American title would be useless. Any star with cash in on the NXT. Okay. I always say it. Proper grammar, please. And finally, Jack Dawson with the super chat. Let's keep up the good work. It's good to see you back after the power went out. Yeah, my power was out yesterday for 3 fucking hours. Power went out yesterday. Plus, if Champa retains, who do you think will be the next to challenge? Von Wagner. Probably that damn Von Wagner. That's who I see as the next to challenge. I mean, we could maybe go Kyle O'Reilly and Champa. Maybe Pete Dunne. But I could see them wanting another young guy in there. Give him Von Wagner. With that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWU Unlimited. We will not be live tomorrow because there's no AEW Dynamite tomorrow. AEW Dynamite is this weekend on Saturday. Don't know if I'm going to be able to watch that show live or not. But we will be back live on Friday for both AEW Rampage and the Rampage buy-in, and Friday night Supersized SmackDown. We got that on Friday. Probably not going to be able to do an NXT or an AEW review on Saturday. I've got a business meeting Saturday that may or may not be at the casino. It's going to be an interesting one with a video. I got a video production deal. Anyways, got to schmooze a client, but with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Remember to follow us on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. All right, guys.